Happy Tuesday. We are back. TLR, the Ludicrous Report. I'm so happy to see you, Isa. It's been a little while since we last talked.
Yeah, it's been a little bit, but yeah, we did TLR because we talk quite often. We're real life friends, guys.
Yeah. We are a tag team duo that this is not kayfabe. This is like the real thing in life. And we're gonna be doing some more stuff together. I'm excited.
I'm
We're both
excited for you. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy for you.
thank you. I've been hoping that this was gonna happen and it finally happened. We're both going to SummerSlam. Fun stuff. We're gonna be part of the media for WWE. And by the way, kudos to you because you were the one who helped me get to this point. So thank you very much for your help and everything you've done. And
I'm
you know
gonna
I love
take
you
you
on and
under my wing in Detroit, and I will show you the way.
on. Show me the Triple H way.
That's my bestie. That's my bestie.
That's your bestie. Yeah, I was away last week. I apologize to everybody that didn't get to see the show. I was away last week, had a family trip, and now I'm on another trip. I literally came home for like a day and a half, and then I left again.
What a life you live, Joey.
Well, this trip isn't that great, but you know what I mean. But
Yeah,
it's great, but it's not at the same time.
yeah, I
It is
know.
what it is. But no, we're here. TLR. I see the chat filling in, and
Yeah.
today's gonna be fun. We got a few
Today's
topics.
gonna be a fun show. I'm super happy to be here. Everybody in the chat, Joseph, Lego, KOD, everybody joining us. Thank you so much for supporting us. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe. If you guys feel generous, you can leave super chats. They do help us, but we're just happy to talk some pop culture gossip with you guys.
Hell yes. There's some topics here that threw me off a little bit when you sent them to me this morning. I was like, what? What's
Yeah,
going on? Because I haven't
yeah.
really been on my phone or anything, so I haven't seen anything in the world that's been going on.
It
So
felt good to get back in my routine of DMing you at 6 a.m. with pop culture news for no reason whatsoever. I'm
believe it or
always
not,
like, you really are in my VIP list of people that I just text or DM at like the most random times without thinking, oh my god, it's 3 a.m. Why am I like you're not gonna find me weird, but I be DMing Joey or texting him the most random things at very random times.
yeah. So this is weird. If you text me or something at 3 a.m., I'll most likely respond because I'm
Me too. I
still
don't
pretty
sleep.
much up. 6 a.m. There's no way. There's no way. I'm like it does, but like 6:45, I'm up, and today I was up because my hotel. So I love breakfast. I don't know how you feel about breakfast, but
I hate
breakfast is
food.
oh, okay. Well, there's that. Clip it. But breakfast is my favorite meal of the day, and my hotel is giving free breakfast every morning. I know that's not that's like a thing a lot of hotels do, but
Not anymore. Not anymore.
really,
That art has been lost. Yes. Yes, that
really,
art has been lost of the free breakfast, and it drives me crazy because I'm not a breakfast person, but I do think that that should be an option. Sometimes, like when you're on vacation or on work trip, especially, your schedule just runs different. And a lot of times, like for example, we were just talking about Detroit. If there is a day that I know I'm doing media and a community event with WWE and all that, those days go so busy that even though I never eat breakfast, those are the days that I do eat breakfast because I'm like, I'm gonna probably be back to back to back until 4 p.m. I should try to get something in for energy.
yeah.
And I have found hotels that don't do it anymore. But some of them
Oh.
do have the Starbucks in the lobby. How was your breakfast?
So it said they told me free breakfast in the morning. So I'm thinking like kind of like a buffet kind of style. You would think.
Yeah.
No, I go down there and they're like, "What type of coffee would you like?" Uh, a personal omelet. I was like, "What is this? I like this."
Damn.
like,
Okay.
like a chef there just making omelets for people instead of having it just like a pre-made thing already. Yeah, it was nice. It was
That's
nice.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like the Holiday Inn always have those nasty looking waffles and
yeah.
depressing
Yeah, they
bacon.
had a waffle station too. I was surprised. So I woke up
Good
extra
for
early
you.
today to get down there because like the crack of dawn had opened. So Joseph says, "LOL, Joey's staying at a 5-star hotel." I don't think it is a 5-star hotel. I don't even honestly, I don't even know the name of the hotel.
Joey.
It was by where I needed to be, and I booked it, and it said it was rated well. So
Well, that's good.
I'm
As
glad
long as you have good ratings.
yeah, yeah, good rating. clean hotel rooms, and free breakfast, I'm there. It sounds like a good time to me.
That's all you need.
Yeah. But we have some fun topics today.
Yes, we do.
The first one I want to talk about, Drake. What happened with Drake in this bra thing, this bra shenanigans that are going on?
So somebody threw a bra at Drake. We have been talking about people throwing weird things on stage lately, right? But
Yeah.
somebody threw a bra at Drake during his performance, and this bra was just huge. It was huge, and Drake noticed this. So of course he stopped his performance. Like, whose bra is that? He was trying to take a look at how big they were because
Yeah.
it was a pretty big bra.
Yeah. And because of that, it says that whoever the big bra fan, that's what they're called, the big bra fan. Let's say that 3 times fast. Is working with Playboy now after this viral bra toss.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, she's.
21 years old.
Sometimes we report the weirdest thing. I love this show, but yeah, she's 21 years old and she tossed her bra, which, by the way, you guys, is a 36G. You heard that right, G. So
What?
look at Joey's face. I need you to understand how big this bra was, so I had to throw the size of it in there. G.
Yeah.
So she threw it during. It was a Barclays, by the way. It was in New York. So
Really? I'll go figure.
Drake, yeah, Drake picked up the bra and said, locate this woman immediately, which was hilarious. But the whole point is that TMC sat down and talked to her, and she said that she got a DM from Playboy offering her the chance to join Playboy in some capacity, and it sounds like an offer that she's not gonna refuse based on what they told her. And Playboy is now doing more of a fun fact. They're kind of switching their style from the magazine into more like an OnlyFans, more like a subscription based thing.
Yeah.
OnlyFans
Yeah.
has really changed the way that people consume content.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also because of the way that Playboy models were kind of like labeled. Like it was a very like degrading label. So I think today's society has kind of
You
they have
know,
no thing but to change.
I don't agree with that, but that's like, I guess I don't want to say I don't agree with that. I always thought that the Playboy models were seen as the elite of the women that put out adult content or post nude, right? It's
Yeah.
very different to say, hey, I'm an adult content creator than it is to say I'm a Playboy bunny or I'm a Playmate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once you say that, everybody knows what you're showing online, but you
Yeah.
were seeing in a more elite group than other people. However, I feel like these models, also started seeing their worth and seeing, okay, how much is Playboy taking? How much is a platform like OnlyFans taking? Where am I going to get more for the content that I'm putting out? And I do think that now all these companies are starting to rethink. Look at, and it's not just like adult models. It's like adult content. You see how much they're changing the way that they do business. But I always thought, and listen, I'm not shy about it. I have an OnlyFans platform, and I've always been into it. I think that the Playboy models were seen as more elite. They don't get labeled as the way that some of us do because we're not playmates.
But I just lost my train of thought. But I kind of, so from what I said, I do agree with you to a point. I feel like there was an age where Playboy Bunny were
Both Playmates and Playboy bunnies.
Yeah. There was a period of time where they were like looked at as the elite. And then I think there was like a shift in the culture where it kind of changed a little bit. And then we saw the shift go back to that. And I think today with OnlyFans, people get a very bad misconception of OnlyFans. They think it's only for one thing, and it's not. It's not.
Yeah. I feel like during which I love that show, the Girls Next Door. You know, when I love that show on E, and I do think that is a period of time. I think back in the day, it was very exclusive, right? Because that's when Hugh Hefner was one of the first to really start experimenting with this. And I remember their club that they had in New York, and they had the girls walking around in the Playboy bunny outfits. Like, I don't know, there's just something about them that I always looked up to. But I remember, I feel like there was a big peak of it when they did the Girls Next Door. Everybody wanted to be on Playboy. Everybody wanted to do that. And then these girls started speaking out years later,
Yeah.
and I don't know, things are really changing. Even I remember even the parties at the Playboy mansions, everybody would be like, oh
Yeah.
my god, I want to go to a party at the Playboy mansion. And then a few years ago, everybody was like, that sounds so gross. Like who
Yeah.
would swim in that, right? You know what I mean? Like you used
Yeah.
to just want to go to the mansion so bad. Did you
Yeah.
know that they're remodeling it? Like somebody bought
Yeah.
it and they're
They sold
completely
it.
like, yeah. So they're
Yeah.
gonna like completely change it, and I'm like, oh my god, I wonder if they're gonna get rid of some of the iconic like places. But I did hear, and there's videos. I gotten lost. This is a rabbit hole I've been down to, as you can tell. But I did hear that Hugh Hefner was a bit of a hoarder. In he has so many things to keep, right? He's been
Yeah.
producing magazines and stuff for so long. But I did hear that the house was not in the best condition. So I guess whoever bought it is gonna remodel it. I just hope that there's still that Playboy mansion
The iconic sense.
factor to it. Yeah. But it did feel like if you go back and watch like the Girls Next Door, it was such I'm not a classic furniture, I'm more modern.
Yeah.
Like that place was all wood. I hate wood. Like I hate walking into a place that has all this wood stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
it feels old to me. But anyways,
Happening.
we went off topic like we always do. But the whole point is I always feel like if you say, oh, I'm a Playboy model, like people are gonna look at you as elite as opposed to say I'm an OnlyFans content creator. And you're absolutely right. That's not all OnlyFans is for. There's a lot of people doing a lot of amazing stuff over there,
Yeah.
but it's just a subscriber based platform that allows more content than other subscriber based platforms, and you choose how you use it.
Yeah. There's a lot of like influencers and different people that I follow that will promote follow my OnlyFans, subscribe to my OnlyFans, and people are like, what are they doing adult content? And you have like people are like, no, like it's just another way for them to interact with their fans, to have more of a subscription based audience. It's not. I think people just have a really bad misconception of what OnlyFans is.
Agreed.
Yeah, and you would think that like because we see so much of it today, that it would be explained more. Like people would be, I don't know. It's like a weird thing that people don't talk about.
I love how Joseph in the chat says Isa's good friend Selena. Thank you, thank you. She did have that platform for showing off her cosplays, which I'm gonna be honest with you guys. People should pay to see her exclusive pictures. Her
course.
cosplays are no joke. You can tell she puts money, invests a lot of money to get these cosplays to look exactly like the character that
Yeah.
she's cosplaying. This isn't I went to Party City and I'm cosplaying as this. Her cosplays are incredible. So that's what I mean. There are some people like a lot of money, time, and effort goes into creating
Yeah.
content overall, whether it's adult content, cosplay, whether it's YouTube. And I do think that if a lot of times people want the creators to be doing this full time, so you can't blame them for wanting a little bit of support, because if you want this to be a full time thing, then I'm gonna need some kind of help here, because
Yeah, you need
bills
some
are not
content.
gonna pay that. What are you gonna say when the rent is due to your landlord? Hey, I'm sorry, I'm creating content, I can pay you this month. So I understand why a lot of content creators switch to, and it's not OnlyFans. There's a lot of people with Patreons, for example. Like there's a lot of subscription based platforms to help creators nowadays, which is awesome.
I like this conversation. This is definitely something I think we like, especially you and I can like go on in depth and do a whole freaking podcast episode about, because one, we're obviously both content creators. Two, you do have OnlyFans, and three, it's a platform that people don't talk about enough.
People don't
So
talk
it's
about
definitely
OnlyFans.
content.
Yeah, I always wanted to do a sit down and talk about OnlyFans, the pros, the cons,
Yeah.
the misconception, misunderstandings, because I do think it's a conversation that should be had. And I mean, people, like, if I started to tell you the struggles of some of the things that I had to go through in there, that's a whole show on its own. Just like the picture leaking or people attempting to hack it. Like there is so many things that happen on there that I do feel like OnlyFans as a platform could improve when those kind of things happen, or like I have to pay an additional fee to an additional company to help me fix these things. And so somebody like me is like, why are you taking 20% if you're not going to support me with anything anytime something goes wrong? So like, again, this is a conversation that should be had. I feel more people will be talking about it, because it's also not easy. Neither is
No,
YouTube, neither is TikTok. You have to build a following. You have to, there's certain things you have to do in order to make money on these platforms. You don't just make one and you're going to start collecting money. A lot of work goes into it.
no, I agree. It's maybe we can we have some shows that we're planning out. Obviously, we still have our throwback show, but
Yeah.
I think that it's definitely one of those shows that maybe we can add in here because this is a pop culture based show, and OnlyFans is big in pop culture. We see it in a
Huge.
lot of headlines. So definitely maybe something we could do along the road of our other shows that we're
Yeah, and
trying to.
we can even bring in names of people that are on OnlyFans that people might not be aware that are there, because there is a lot, like you said, mainstream content creators that are using it that people are not even aware of it.
Yeah. But another topic I do want to talk about today is one that I was actually you sent this morning, and I saw it earlier today, and I was like shocked when I saw it. LeBron James' son
Oh my God.
having a heart attack, cardiac
He went on
arrest.
cardiac arrest during practice. I had to call 911, get him to the hospital. Um, he is now in stable condition. The LeBron James family released a statement to the media.
Yeah,
Obviously, they're asking for privacy, and they are saying, thanking everybody because everybody has shown concern. But let me open up the article that I sent you and go into it. It says he was rushed to a hospital after suffering cardiac arrest during a
yeah.
basketball workout. How old is he? Do you know? He's young.
I thought he was like 18. He might be. I don't know, to be honest with you. Does it say it in the article? Because I'm looking at the article now and I don't see it.
No, I don't see his age. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMC Sports that a 9/11 call was made at 9:26 a.m. from USC's Galen Center, the venue. Oh, he's 18.
He's
The venue
18.
where the team plays and practices. The 18-year-old Hopper, who was unconscious and was taken by ambulance to the hospital. Our sources say it was a code 3, meaning the ambulance had lights and sirens going, which signifies the seriousness of the emergency. And obviously, I mean, that's scary. It's an
Yeah,
18-year-old cardiac arrest.
yeah.
That's
Let me.
scary. Like, not even the platform who his dad is or anything. Somebody that young. There has to be some kind of underlying issue.
That's what I was thinking too. And then maybe it's just my mind playing, like just not understanding it properly. Could it be like he's got a lot of pressure on his back, being that he's LeBron James' son? Maybe do you think he like overexerted himself to cause something like that? Do you think that could be possible?
But yeah. I mean,
Like he
the heart.
overdid it and just
I don't know, because I have a thing where my heart beats too fast, like almost all the time. So, like, I remember when they first found it, until they were able to like get it under control, or until I learned how to deal with it, they literally told me no stress, no exercise, no this, no that.
yeah,
And
it raises the
I'm like,
anxiety, blood pressure.
right. And your heart rate goes up.
Yeah,
And even to this day, when I go to the gym, they always tell me, watch it if your heart starts going over this. When you're not really into a cardio workout, you need to get out, slow down, whatever. So
yeah,
imagine if I had not noticed this, or if I had not found out, and I'm in the middle of a workout and I
yeah,
don't know, so like, yeah, that's why my first thought was, yeah, there has to be some kind of underlying issue because he's so
yeah.
young. But to your point, if you have some kind of condition and you don't know about it, any kind of extra pressure, any kind of anxiety, the things that, if it was up to my doctor when they found my heart condition, he would have put me in a bubble and I would have not moved, not have any emotions, not done anything. And I was like, is that how serious it is, that any little thing could trigger it? And at that time, it was.
Wow, I saw it and I was like shocked. It's like you don't think to see that, especially a young kid, like because this can affect his career. Like there could be an underlying issue that now doesn't allow him to play basketball anymore.
Hmm.
Like this, it's sad. It's sad.
Hopefully we'll figure out, what caused it. And I'm sure, I mean, he's LeBron James' son. He's gonna have the best health care in the world.
Yeah,
But I just like I had to look at the headline like 3 times to like process it. And I'm like, this
I did too.
LeBron James kid. He's 18 years old, cardiac arrest. Like, what?
Yep. Yep.
Because we saw the football player, but he had that big tackle. Like, he went through like, but I don't know what he was doing during the workout. Like, none detail has been released. And LeBron James family made a statement to their spokesperson, obviously just wanting the privacy, thanking the doctors that got him there, and saying he's stable now. But I don't know. I think that's just petrifying. And again, I don't want to get morbid, but life is so short. You
Uh,
never know. You never know.
yeah. Especially like in sports, like today we see it more. It's more spoken about today, like tragedy in that sense in sports. But I mean,
Julian
uh,
in the chat is
yeah,
saying that's what
I say,
happened to Shaq's son also. It's so crazy. I just hope everybody, like, I hope he gets better. I hope they figure out what it is. I hope it
yeah,
doesn't affect his long term goals or career. But I'm just glad that he's okay, at least stable right now.
well, on a more positive note, speaking of sports, I wanted to show you my shirt that I got because I was in Miami yesterday. I had to support the guy, the legend Messi. You can't really see it
Hey,
there.
I saw him house shopping. When I was looking for
Yeah,
headlines, he was house shopping in Florida.
yeah. He's like walking around in Publix like a normal person over here.
Went to a grocery store with his
Yeah, Publix.
family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's taking selfies of people and like the beer aisle. Like I don't know. I don't know. I am not a big soccer fan, but like
Everybody
Messi.
knows who Messi is.
Exactly.
There's just names that transcend in sports, in entertainment, that you don't need to follow that, but you know who these people are. Everybody knows who Messi is. That's a big name. And yeah, I saw him I saw an article that he's house shopping right now,
Yeah.
obviously for this big move. It reminded me of, I remember seeing an article when Tom Brady went to Tampa, right?
Same
And
thing.
it was so funny because it was like so casually. The headline says Tom Brady rents house from Derek Jeter for his move to Tampa, and I'm like, no big deal. Like, what is this? Like the two goats of football and baseball, just like, here, let me rent you my house real quick. Like, I love seeing this, but I'm super excited for people to get the opportunity to, especially soccer
Yeah.
fans, to see Messi play. That's a flex.
I think a big reason why I was never really a huge soccer fan. I appreciate the sport, but I just don't watch it. Like I don't know much about it, but like if it's on a, you know what I mean, I'll
I
watch it.
watched
Like,
the World Cup,
World Cup.
the freaking fans and the passion. And my best friend, she's
Most popular sport in the
Argentinian.
world.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
best friend is from Argentina, and that is their time. And I actually learned about soccer and all of that when I first met her. There was a World Cup. She got me a shirt. It was with Argentina colors. It had the number 10. I have no idea about anything, right? I'm like, well,
Yeah.
Puerto Rico don't have a team. I'll support yours. You know how we do it. So I remember watching it with her, and she taught me everything. And I literally was on FaceTime with her this World Cup. Like, I saw her bawl her eyes out. Like, it was such a big deal that Argentina won. I love the passion of the football fans. Like, there's just nothing like it.
Well, think about it. It's like our WrestleMania, but
Yep.
imagine WrestleMania being like weeks. Like matches were like every day was a different
And
match.
once every few years too. Like, this
Exactly.
doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited for people to get that opportunity to watch Messi play.
Yeah.
I want to know how he adjusts. I think that's gonna be crazy for him living in Miami.
Yeah. It's crazy. Let me tell you. I heard it too. I don't know what that. But this place, like, not living here for 5 years, because for those who don't know, I used to live in South Florida and I moved back up to the New York area like 5 years ago. And New York, like, obviously has the
Love
most
New York.
passionate sports fans. You know, we have the New York Yankees, the Mets, the Jets, the Giants, but it's a very divided group of people. It's either you are a Mets Jets fan or you're a Giants Yankees fan. And if you are one of each of those, well, then you're an alien. Over here, down in South Florida, it's the Dolphins, it's the Panthers, it's the Heat, it's the Marlins. Like, there's only one team, and they are
Yeah,
the
their
same.
teams suck. Florida has really shitty teams.
The Miami Heat. Listen, this year the Miami Heat were in the NBA Finals, and then also the Panthers were in the Stanley Cup for the first time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but you know, I get what you mean. But no, it's a very passionate area, and they all have one. They're not picking between like they do up north. There's one team, and everywhere here, like the Messi shirts and the sock, it was crazy. I almost had no choice but to buy one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was like everyone's. I have to.
I will say one thing. I I don't think that I could live in Miami. I think I'm past my Miami years. You know what I mean? Like
I
Miami's a
realized that
great
yesterday.
city, but it's
Yeah,
like even now when I think like, okay, I'm gonna go on a vacation, like I just don't. Miami's just back in
yeah.
my 20s. Oh my god, you don't even have to invite me. I'll invite myself. You know, but
I
now
didn't
I'm
even
like,
see any of them.
I think I'm a little too old for the Miami thing. You know, if I'm gonna take a vacation to Florida, I'm thinking like the Keys. You know, I'm not thinking Miami or Orlando. Like they're just so overcrowded. And
Let
maybe
me
it's a
know if
New
you ever
York
want to
in
go.
me too, right? Once you live in New York and you deal with crowds and tourists every day, when you say I'm going to take a vacation, it needs to be a vacation. I want to go somewhere where I don't have to deal with people.
No, I'm a huge fan. Like I said, living here most of my life, the Keys are one of my favorite places to go.
Yeah, because they actually feel like paradise.
Yeah,
The
I
Keys
don't.
is what everybody pictures Florida to be like, and Florida is just so not like that at
Yeah,
all.
let me tell you. This morning, I told you I was up at the crack of dawn this morning
Yeah,
for the free breakfast, and after that, I was like, what am I gonna do till TLR? I have a whole day till 3 o'clock. So I went out down to Fort Lauderdale. I went to the beach, but there's a private beach that you can pay for. So it's not actually Fort Lauderdale Beach. It's like a private beach. You pay $3 to go, and it's very minimal people. Our type of vibe. I laid out there like a freaking like a beached whale in the sand with the water. Let me tell you, that was it. That was the best thing I could have done.
I love that you say like a beach whale.
No, I didn't plan to like go to the beach, so I was in like regular clothes, and I was like, you know what? No one's. I took my shirt off and I went in the water in my regular clothes, like I was like a homeless person, like
I
just,
love that for you, though. I love
and I
that
just
for you.
it was like a spontaneous. I don't know. It just happened the way it was supposed to happen, and I
I
laid
know
out
that
there.
this I know that this
This,
is gonna sound random, but do you know who Eddie Burback is on YouTube? It's Eddie
yeah,
Burback, and did you see
I've
their
heard
new
that.
series?
No, I've heard the
So
name. I don't.
last
I don't know.
Okay, so last year, this is like some of the best freaking YouTube TV that you will ever see. It's two separate YouTube channels. It's Ted Nipson and then Eddie Burback. Last year, they decided they were gonna go eat at every single rainforest cafe in the country and Canada. Amazing. Just go watch it. It's such good
Yeah.
videos. But I needed more. And this weekend they came out with their new series where they went to every Margaritaville in the country. And there was like the
Oh,
only reason why I just thought
so
about
good
that is
over
because
here.
yeah, there is some in the Keys, and they were like, okay, this is what Margaritaville should feel like. But then they start getting to like Cleveland and like all these places that are not paradise, and Margaritaville is supposed to be about paradise, right? So it is like it's such a good series. I highly suggest
I have
it.
to
There's
watch it now.
such oh my god, they have such a different dynamic. Like you
Yeah.
I always watch Eddie's video first and then I go to Ted's, you know, but
Yeah.
it's fun. They're amazing. I don't know what other restaurant chain they need to pick, but they need to do this again next year. But anyways, they were at the Keys and they were like,
Yeah.
okay, this is what I thought Margaret will feel like. You know, once they start getting into the ones that are in like normal regular cities, it's just like this isn't it, you know. But
Yeah.
I didn't know that the New York City Margaritaville is lit. I walked by it a million times. I never went
Really?
into it.
I
Yeah,
don't even know where they have one.
so it's like multiple floors, and like one of them is
Ah,
like a club, one of them is like the actual restaurant. It has like a giant Statue of Liberty, like holding like a margarita instead of the flame. Like
oh
it's like, you know. But I was like, I didn't even know that New York. Like I seen it, I seen the
yeah.
sign for it. But do you think I'm sorry, Margaritaville is just not, or Rainforest Cafe is just not a restaurant that I would say, oh, not in New York City, maybe in Cleveland,
No,
Ohio, but in New York
yeah.
City, I'm not gonna tell you, let's go to Margaritaville. That's like saying, let's go to Olive Garden in Times Square. Nobody does that unless you're a
Yeah.
tourist.
That's funny that you mentioned Margaritaville because where I was this morning, so Fort Lauderdale, so the beach that I went to, it's in Fort Lauderdale, but it's technically called Dania Beach.
Yeah,
Dania Beach is where Margaritaville is over
I
there.
know.
I was
That's why I
literally
thought about
on the
it.
same strip. Yep, I was on the
Because
same
he
strip. Yeah,
you gotta watch. I'm gonna send you the links. I might have you watch their. I think you need to watch the Rainforest Cafe one first, so like
yeah.
a lot of the jokes that they make on this second series will make more sense
There's
because
one over here too in the Sawgrass
yeah,
Mills Mall.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
talking about it. They were like, "Why are these restaurants so light?" But there's more Margaritavilles at their rainforest cafes. But
yeah,
it's like funny because their vibe is like one of the guys is like super excited to be going to rainforest cafe, and the other one hates every second of it. Like it's a lot of fun. I'm gonna send you the links and watch them on your own time. But it's a solid average 4 hours of great YouTube entertainment.
You know what I think? You know what I'm getting out of this that I think needs to happen? I think we need to become like travel buddies and just travel. Just
We should like once a year,
I'll
Joey.
come to Puerto Rico, and
Yeah.
then we can go to Florida or some. I don't know, something.
Yeah, we should do it. We
Yeah,
should do it. And then we can record and put them in our channels, like our own different point of views. Like it's so funny. Like I would love that though. I always wanted to do some kind of content like that.
yeah. My big trip. I don't even know when it's gonna if it's gonna happen this year. My big trip that I want to do is I want to go. You're gonna look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm like, this is my goal. I want to go to Wyoming and ride horses, like full on cowboy hat, boots.
I don't know if anybody in the chat is from my chat, but you guys can let Joey know how I feel about that. I hate horses, Joey.
Really?
Yeah, they're terrible
Oh
people.
man, they're
I'll go
majestic.
with you, but I'll be hanging out at the hotel, like getting drunk while you go on your horse ride.
You can go hang out with Kanye and Jeffree Star.
Yeah, I'll go hang out with Kanye. I'll go look at Jeffree Star's alpacas or whatever it is that he's
Yeah.
racing now. I don't even know what it. Oh, but there is a. Oh my god, I will so go with you, but we have to go to that town because Jeffree
Yes.
Star is like the meat of whatever these animals that he races. They sell like a burger of it in like a restaurant in that specific town. So
Really?
I will. You go for the horses. I go for the Jeffree Star burger.
Okay. Yeah. No. And we can also go talk. Go see Eric Bischoff because he lives over there and he loves it.
Yeah. I heard a lot of good things about Wyoming. It's not for me. It's too quiet. I'm not a quiet. I like city and chaos, but I would do it for like a couple of days, like maybe one or two.
Yeah. Look at this comment. Joseph,
No.
they should do a live podcast in Wyoming, while Joey rides a horse and Isa is there.
Joey's gonna talk me into it, and it'll be the vlog where I finally face my fear of horses. That would
Yes.
actually be good
Yes.
content, honestly.
Yeah. The last time I rode a horse, I was in this. This is you're gonna think I'm on drugs. I rode a horse in Jamaica on the beach and through the ocean. They swam in the ocean.
I'm surprised you're still alive to tell the story.
Yeah, it's like an excursion that they do over there.
You trusted this horse to take you in the water.
It's a guided- it's a
I
guided-
would rather trust a shark, Joey, than a horse.
Ooh, a shark.
Yeah, shark, not dolphins. Dolphins.
I
are,
do agree with
terrible
Lego
people.
here. Dolphins are horrible people too.
yeah.
I know you're gonna agree
Dolphins.
too.
No, I've been
I saw-
saying it. That's why Lego said it. They know in my channel there's two animals I will never trust, and those are horses and dolphins.
Yeah, I saw a video of a dolphin hitting a surfer off his.
He's
surf.
lucky
I
he
think I
only
sent
hit
it
him.
to
Didn't try to
Yeah.
impregnate him. Yeah, you did
Freaking
send that to me.
Tackled him off the surfboard. But
Yeah.
we just went on a whole 35-minute rant of
We've been reporting the news and going off topic. This is what we do here on TLR.
Yeah.
That's why it's called the Ludicrous report, because you never know what kind of report you're gonna get.
yeah, and in most cases it's ludicrous. So
Yep.
we're on brand. I think we're on
We're,
brand.
we're always on brand, baby.
But this next topic here is actually like you sent it, and I had to first off the headline is like 6 chapters long. I'm gonna read you the title of the article.
Okay.
Everybody in the chat, this is the title of the article. Iconic Beetle Juice statue stolen from the set of Beetle Juice 2, and police need help finding it. It doesn't seem like a lot of words, but in a title of a story, that is
If you-
a lot.
As somebody that suffers from ADHD, you would have lost me like 10 seconds into trying to read that title. I always tell people I'm a very like to the point person, and people think it's
Yes.
because I'm mean, and like, it's not because I'm mean, it's because I have ADHD. If you don't get to the point, you will lose me. Like my brain.
Yeah.
If you
The
know
same
what
way.
a ADHD brain is, for me the best way to describe it is that you're just constantly changing the channel inside my head. It's very hard for me to focus on something. That kind of title will lose me. But if you notice, I changed you. I sent you the tweet first because I saw the picture of the
Yes.
statue and I was like, then I tried to find an article so we could get more information to talk about it.
So what I saw, well, first off, YouTube 101, over 70 characters is just a no-no.
Yeah,
So this article just is out of the algorithm. But
completely out of the algorithm.
this to me was like, it was like it's this is a head scratcher because like one, why would anybody steal the statue? Like, and two, how does someone steal this statue?
It's like what, 150 pounds? No, 150 feet. Hold on, let me take a look at
It's
this
a
because
hundred.
I'm
It's 150 pound. Yeah, 150
okay. Well,
pounds.
that I can squat that. Maybe they
Okay,
squatted it.
maybe. It doesn't. So it looks like from the picture, it does look like a big statue, but it doesn't. I don't know. It's got like a small base, so it doesn't look like it's actually like a structure that's like.
And it's like it's like this, right? So it has a lot of things to
Yeah,
hang on to. So all you need is a couple of
yeah,
people, but like put I could steal this statue. You and I could steal this statue. My favorite thing about
yeah,
it is that the Vermont State Police tweeted about this missing statue, right? And the tweet
yeah.
says, "We tried saying the name of this statue 3 times, but it didn't come back." Say, yo, be for real. We are
Now
investigating the theft of this 150-pound statue from Beetle Juice 2.
that joke kind of reminds me of like Alan from The Hangover, where he's like, "How about that ride in?"
I guess that's what they call it in city.
And and nobody like reacts. That joke is that like in an article. Like I don't
Yeah.
know who would. Yeah,
Who wrote this?
the the
Because
the,
they,
the writers right the writer definitely wrote that article and like laughing at themselves as they're writing that.
you know what the real news story here is? Do we need a Beetlejuice 2?
What do you
Because I
think?
don't, I am afraid they'll ruin it. I'm sorry, the
Yeah,
movies that they have been making or remakes or movies that they're bringing back, they're not hitting. And I'm like,
yeah,
Beetlejuice is a classic in my book. So it's like, do I go see this? And if it's really, I mean, they did manage to get a really good cast. It just started pouring
yes.
outside. They did manage to get a really good cast. A lot of the originals are coming back. So I have high hopes. But you cannot, like, if they ruin Beetlejuice, I'm going to be so upset, Joey.
Yeah, I would think that it's not a good idea to bring it back. There's a lot of things like we saw, not to go off topic again, but it's kind of on topic. They did that whole Barney the dinosaur documentary where like Barney's bad, right? On Peacock.
They did that?
Yeah, there was wasn't there a whole documentary about how like Barney? You remember that?
No, I don't
There was
remember that. But do you
oh,
think I
there
will
was
watch Barney content, Joey?
I don't know. It was like trending. I think we might have even talked about it on the show. How like there was like bad things happening or Barney, I don't know, some with Barney. And now
He's a
they're
giant
recreating Barney.
stranger dressed as a purple dinosaur. What do you expect him to be innocent? He's not.
Joseph said it
I'm
was
not
called We Hate You Barney.
good. Everybody should have hated him. Like, how do you
Well, now
trust?
they're recreating Barney. Have you seen the new Barney?
No, hold on, hold up.
He's ridiculous. It
I
looks like
gotta
a
look
like a
this up.
Pokemon.
The new Barney. He looks like a Pokemon. You said?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
he's
an
even more
actual dinosaur.
terrifying. He was terrifying before. Now he's even creepier.
Yeah.
I don't know. There is no way I would have ever gone near Barney. Ever. Ever. Like, no. No. He looks
No.
like a creep. So it's like, am
You
I
can't
really
recreate a
shocked?
cartoon. Because like
I
Barney
mean,
was essentially a cartoon. It was the live action as well, but like with the costumes. But like it was essentially a cartoon. Like you can't recreate a cartoon. They did it with the Rugrats too. Like I don't understand. Like it doesn't even look the same.
right. I thought they
Yeah.
did it with Clifford, the big red dog too, where he's just like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna get a freaking 10 feet tall dog? You can't recreate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It does
love
not look
Clifford.
like Clifford.
Clifford was a good one.
Yes, I used to love Clifford. Good, good.
Yeah.
Because we're dog people. We're in.
Right. I'm not surprised at that. You're right. You're absolutely right. I had such a bad day yesterday, Joey. I was having the worst,
Really?
one of the worst days ever. Yeah. And you know what I did? I'm like driving almost in tears, not because I'm pussy, but because I was frustrated, right? Let's
Yeah.
get that straight. I don't cry a lot, but I was so frustrated. So I
Big
thought you would
girls do
laugh
that.
because
Okay. Don't listen to
nah,
Fergie.
nah. So I was so frustrated. I see a Petco and I literally turned in there and I just went in and started petting the little cats for adoption and it all magically went away. Thank you. Shout out to those kitties. They were great.
Let me tell
That's
you.
it. That's all I needed.
When I was on my trip last week, I sent you pictures of my dog
Yeah.
and with sunset. Highlight of the trip. There's nothing better
Yeah.
than animals.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that we had a Petco in that plaza that I was driving by. Because I typically go to PetSmart or other places for Roman's needs. But I saw
Yeah.
Petco and I was like, they have to have something there. I'm like, they gotta have a guinea pig, something that I can freaking pet. Okay, I just need an animal right now. And for once, I didn't have Roman on me because I was running around on like grown up errands. So I don't take him. I usually take him with me everywhere,
Yeah.
but not to that. But anyways, I went in there and I started just petting cats, and I swear to you, everything just went away and disappeared. I was like, man, I love animals. I love animals. It just like changes the whole vibe.
It does. It does. It's funny because when I adopted my cat's name is Jagger, after like Mick Jagger, and
Yeah, of
I
course.
adopted him here in South Florida. So yesterday I drove by the place where I adopted him, and I was like, he's 8. That to me is insane. Like,
I I have that with Roman, especially because Roman has kept such a baby face. Like Roman looks like a puppy, and I'm
yeah,
aware of
yeah,
it. People always think he's a baby anywhere I take him. But the other day, I was like, somebody asked me, and I was like, Roman is gonna be 6 in December. 6. I still
wow.
remember the day that I got him at 8 weeks old, and I'm like 6. And then of course, I don't know how other pet parents are, but then you start worrying because then now you're like, oh my god, you're aging. Oh my god, I never want to lose you. Please stay with me forever. And it's like my mom is like, it's only 6. I have my parents googling the average like lifespan of a Yorkie because they're worried about my breakdown if
Yeah.
something happens to Roman.
Oh man.
But
His
yeah,
tribal
Roman,
chief isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
no, he's not. But I had that moment like what you just said when you're saying it out loud that Roman's gonna be 6. I'm like 6. I feel like I just got him. And then I'm like going back and remember, I'm like, no, Roman's been there with me through a lot right now. So I mean, we moved countries for Christ's sake, and he's been there. But yeah, I wish there was a way to. I one time saw a headline of this woman that oh yeah, the bad vegan on Netflix. Did you ever watch that
Yes.
documentary? And
Yeah.
like they were like making fun of her because the guy told her that he was gonna make her dog like live forever, and I was like, I will fall
Yeah.
for that. I would at least try it. If you can make it happen, I would at least try and see if he really can make that happen because I
Yeah.
would love to grant eternity to my dog.
I don't know. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if I. We've never talked about it on the show at all. I don't know if you know, but do you know that I write? Like that writing is like a huge thing for me.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
know
you
that?
wrote a book. Yeah,
Yeah, I have 2 books, and I started over the last little while, starting the third one, kind of just slowly doing it. I
I
didn't want
love
to
that.
just
I used to
take
really
my
be
time.
into writing. I need to get
Yeah,
back into it. It used to be a really good disconnect for me, but I stopped doing it.
yeah. That's when I started writing. It wasn't journaling, but it was more. It was kind of like journaling, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
then I would read it back, and I'm like, wow, like because the way I would write is more like not for me, but like if I was talking to somebody else, so it becomes
Right.
relatable in that sense. So that's what started it. So it just reminded me because I wrote something the other day when thinking about my animals, and it just
Yeah.
I want to read to you and kind of hear what you have to hear what you think. It's quick, it's easy. It kind of goes off the idea of time flies when we're having fun
Right.
because time just flies in general. They say
Yes.
time flies when you're having fun, but time flies regardless. So you might as well make the most of it and have the most fun,
I love that. It's
right?
true. It's actually very
Yeah,
true. Yeah.
time
Time
flies
flies.
regardless.
No matter what, everything is going by
Yeah,
so fast. Like,
not when you're having
I feel
fun.
like,
Times it flies regardless.
yeah. It's a
Yeah.
good point. I was like, I
Yeah.
was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, where is time going? Like, I always tell people that I feel like my days don't have 24 hours anymore because I never
No.
have enough time to get everything I want to get done in a day. Like, you're
No.
right. It's not just when you're having fun. It just flies. So I love that actually. That's a great quote.
Thank you.
Might as
Thank you.
well have fun because
Might as well. Yeah. Might as
yeah,
well enjoy as much as you can, because like we said at the beginning, time flies, but time is also very short. Very
yeah,
short. Yeah. Thank
yeah,
you, Lego. I
yeah.
appreciate that.
No, that's actually really really good. I love it. I
Yeah.
love you,
And time.
Roman.
Yeah. Everyone send a thank you to your animals wherever they are right now. But our last topic for today.
Speaking of animals,
That's exactly the transition I was going for. Speaking of animals, meow.
look, am I on brand? Am I on brand?
Wait. How much sugar's in that?
No, this is the hydrating one. This one doesn't have a lot of sugar.
Oh, okay, so then
One
you're good.
gram. It's the energy drink, that one that has a lot of sugar. It's not sugar, it's caffeine. Anyways, let's get to the animal.
I was writing a timestamp down, and I wrote for Doja Cat, and I wrote the words Doja Cat, and it came up as autocorrected as Dona Car. So there's that.
I love that.
Um,
I love that.
Doja
She's
Cat,
a mess right now. She's a mess.
when she first came out, like with music, excuse me, it was like what, like her big hits came out in like 2020 during the pandemic, right? On like
TikTok. She got famous
TikTok.
because of TikTok.
Yeah, and she seemed like a normal, just pop singer.
Yeah.
What is happening with this girl?
I feel like there was like, okay, on the beginning she was doing these things to like appear different and weird, right? But now
Okay,
I'm
Lady
starting to think
Gaga.
that she's no, yeah, but now I'm starting to think that she's weird, like
Yeah,
legitimately not a good
no, I think
person, weird, right? She's
yeah,
like taking shots at her fans. People are like trying to warn her. Now, this I don't know which side I stand on because it's like if you are dating a person that's a known piece of shit, and people have warned you that they're a piece of crap, sorry, and you still choose to go on with it, then you're on your own. Whatever happens is on you. You know what I mean? Because if people, because I also think that we also all need to understand that people are adults and adults are going to make their own decisions whether they're right or not. Like, people know the difference. Once you hit a certain age, you know the difference between right or wrong. So if you still choose
yeah,
to do that, let them be. Let them be, and be there for the so satisfying I told you so when it comes, because the time will come for the I told you so, right? But a lot of her fans like are, I know that there's some issues with the guy that she's dating, and he's kind of like a controversial figure, but she's
yeah,
just really been going at her fans, and she's blocking people that are talking crap about her relationship. She told her fans like, oh, if you call yourself kittens, you need to go get a job, even though she gave them that name back in 2020. She has been on record saying that she hates all of her early music, but attacking your, I never been a Doja fan kind of person.
neither have
I
I.
think I only know one
No,
song from her, and it's because of TikTok, that why
TikTok.
don't you say so, because that sound was everywhere in 2020. That's it. I don't have anything by her in my Apple Music, nothing. So I mean, maybe I'm not saying, but maybe I just knew.
You had a sixth sense with it, because she's
Yeah,
just, and she's always kind of been controversial when she does say something. Like, she at one point she quit music and she's like, I'm retiring, like I'm done, because like she didn't like the fame and all that stuff. But like, if you
right,
can't handle it, either retire from this or get a great PR team that can handle it for you. Don't do
correct.
what she's, because
She lost 200,000 followers on Instagram.
yeah, when you
As
sent
of
that
this week.
article, it was 200. Now it's up to 250,000.
Good, good. I
Yeah,
do not follow her.
no, I don't either.
I should go follow her just to. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna follow her just to unfollow her. Hold on.
Oh, flip it! This is in time happening right now on the
Doing it
Ludicrous
right
Report.
now. Hold on.
Doing it.
Doja Cat. Okay, Doja Cat. There it is.
On the
I'm gonna
car.
follow her, and then I'm gonna unfollow her.
Boom.
There we go.
Done. Done.
I feel better.
Clipped.
I feel better.
Yeah. Do we feel rejuvenated?
I
I feel
just,
like
I
I'm
don't know. She's,
rejuvenated feeling right now. Like,
yeah, it was satisfying. I'm not even gonna lie. She's just weird. Like, look at her feed. What is this? What is this? Like, look at the first two thumbnails.
yeah.
That's her feed. Yeah,
You know what's
it's
really
not.
funny that you just did that on the show? Imagine that you were the one that went from 250,000 to 499, and it just kept flipping back and forth because of your follow and unfollow.
Oh, they'll start, she'll start buying followers soon. You know, that's what all these controversial figures do. Once they start losing followers, they'll go and buy a bunch so people like stop paying attention to the count. Um, but yeah, I just never, it's
I
just, she's
wouldn't do
never
that,
been
by the
it for
way.
me.
I would not
Huh?
suggest buying followers to anybody watching because
No.
it actually it'll get you shadow banned.
Yeah.
Shadow banned.
Yeah. Fun fact.
But
She
yeah.
said, "My fans don't get to call themselves S word. If you call yourself a kitten, that means that you need to get off your phone and get a job. Help your parents with the house.
What?
Why such? Yeah. Why
So
is
is she
she
talking to
like?
children or is she talking to like adults that still live with their like
She's
what like who are you
she's talking
referencing?
to her fans. Her fans that obviously either have money or something, because how are they going to support you, buy your music or your merch? You're telling them they need to go get a job, but it's like, well, they're buying your stuff. uh and then somebody quoted and said, you gave your fans that name.
Yeah.
Anyways, she said, somebody quoted her name and she said, don't call me by my government name. Like, she's just getting really weird in the way she interacts with people, and I think that, now, let me tell you something. I get it, because I do think that sometimes people are very talented and they're not necessarily people person, right? Like, I'll give you an example. I read Brock Lesnar's book. He wrote a book.
Yeah.
And Brock talks about how much he loves wrestling. He loves beating people up. He hates people. I think he's gotten a lot better than this. Brock seems very likable.
Yeah,
But
he
there's
is.
a reason why you don't see him on Twitter or on social media or this or that. Like, he says, I just want to come out there, do my job, and leave, because he's
Yeah.
just not a people person. His job, luckily, doesn't require him to do that. But you know what? WWE has a PR machine that if he wanted to stay active on social media, they will keep it that way without him having to run it directly. I feel like if maybe that's the kind of person that she is, or if this is getting to her, or if she's going through
Yeah.
something, hire a PR to just run your
Exactly.
socials. You can take the reign back whenever you feel like it. You can both run it. You can still put your, but if you're not able to handle the things that you're getting from social media, either get off of it or hire somebody to run it for you. Like, you're gonna
Yeah.
completely self-destruct your career over wanting to just what be for. I don't even understand why people act the way they act on social media sometimes, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this kind of go along the lines with Britney Spears. Like, we questioned, is she doing her social media or is there someone doing it for her because she couldn't handle it? You know,
Hmm.
someone could be put in
Yeah,
charge
and
to do this for her.
yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of times people, I'm not saying that all artists, athletes, anybody famous has money because of a following or a fan base. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it, but I do think that you need to still remain humble and thankful, and at least understanding of the fact that you wouldn't be anywhere without these people that support you, without these people that buy your stuff, without these people that are just there through thick and thin, because some of these people have gone through controversies and their fan base, they still stay strong. And it's just like, for you to turn on them because of
Yep.
some guy that you're dating, then keep your relation. If you want to be a crappy and be with a crappy guy, then keep it private. Keep it private. But you also are making it public, so people are gonna
Yeah.
talk. People are gonna talk.
How many followers did she have on you followed her and unfollowed her on Instagram?
25 millions. 25
25
point
million.
something million.
Like, this is
Yeah.
not just like your average Joe. This is a celebrity,
I
like a
didn't
mega,
realize she was that famous.
and you have 25 million followers. Like, if you start responding to one person, they're all gonna think that you are gonna respond to them, and they're all gonna try to push your buttons, and you're just opening up the door to 25 million people to come at you. Like, I don't know why you would even respond to one.
Oh my god, I just saw a picture, a post on her Instagram, and she has the same set of Dior sunglasses that I have. I'm never wearing them again.
Well, someone said in the chat, that here it is. Joseph said it. Doja Cat is a
Uh,
diva.
there's different significance to the word diva. Trust me, I've always gone by something diva. Also because it rhymes with Isa is cute. But
Yeah.
I I just think that there's different significance to being a diva and to being
Yeah.
a really shitty person. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Mariah Carey's a diva, but you never hear of her like being so crappy to her fan base. You know, maybe she's crappy to other people. Maybe she has high demands. I guess everybody has a different meaning, but I just think like this goes beyond her just being extravagant, and I think she's legitimately kind of, I don't know, bad person.
Well, I think I speak for everybody when I say that you are giving a good meaning to the name diva. So thank you for
I
that.
like to keep the OG meaning, you know, the Beyonce meaning, female hustler. That's what a diva. That's what Beyonce said a diva is, and I always loved it. I went
Oh
by
yeah.
diva before that, though. To me, I think of the word diva and I think of a super girly girl. Like I love wearing high heels and dresses and having my nails done. All that. That's what I think when I think of diva.
Yep.
Again, and the whole female wrestler, but like female hustler, but not like the bad term to diva that some people have given it.
No, I like that. I like that you're transforming it. You're Beyonceing it up in here. You know.
What is the actual definition? And now you got me. Oh, man, I have learned so much on this podcast today. I'm going to Google the actual definition of diva.
Well, before you
Like
do it,
by
do we
the
think it's good or do we think it's bad?
like the actual real dictionary definition. I'm going to say I
Yeah.
think it's good. Because when I started, I'm an old lady here. When I started using the term diva, it was like I always thought it was for like a super girly girl. You know
Yeah.
what I
Like
mean?
when
Like
I
a
see your
Barbie
name,
but adult. Right.
when I see your
All
name,
right, I'm Google.
I think like that. I think of what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah. Not like oh she's
Right.
stuck up
That's
to the diva. Like not the derogatory
I mean,
way.
I am a little bit too, but
No.
all
You're
right. The
perfect.
diva definition is okay. Oh shit! All right, there's three. A famous female opera singer. I'm assuming that must have been like the very first term for it. A
Yeah. Maybe that's where
famous
it came
female singer of popular music. And the third definition that comes out is a self-important person who is temperamental and difficult to please.
from. Okay. So we're gonna stick with the first one because that's probably where Beyonce took it from.
I think that difficult to please could mean a few things too, because like that could mean that you just don't settle. I don't think anybody should ever settle too.
I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember like back in the day, not too long ago, because back in the day for us was like yesterday. Uh, Back in the day, the term diva, like Aretha Franklin, was a diva. Like diva
Yeah,
was like a
was a
women's
diva.
superstar. She was a
Yeah, didn't
women's.
VH1 used to do the special? It was called something divas, and they would bring all of these great voices
Yeah,
to sing.
it's like a pop, like
Anyways,
labeling them as like a pop star, but like a diva was like the big pop star. Like Beyonce is a pop star. I mean, a diva.
right,
Lady
right,
Gaga is a
right,
diva. Madonna is a diva. Like
right.
like that was the way that I originally thought the word like the what the definition
No,
of
I
diva
agree.
was.
I agree with you. Yeah, like it was just something different. I think everybody, but I just don't see Doja as a diva anymore. Like even the bad definition of it, I just see her like a weird person that needs to be handled. Or she's gonna keep losing fans. The problem is that she's gonna have some that stick with her and all that. But I couldn't name one Doja Cat song, so not too worried about it.
No, I can tell you like the beat of the song, but I can't tell you any
I only
lyrics
know
or.
the one. I only know the one from 2020 TikTok that was
Yeah,
everywhere. Yeah, that's the only one that I know.
it's not even that good anyway.
It's good for a 15-second thing. I don't even think I ever even used the song, honestly.
Yeah. Lego said every time I hear diva, I remember wrestling for some reason.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But yeah. Anything new going on, Issa? Anything you've seen or watched or
No, just those YouTube guys. I'm gonna send you the link. You're gonna have so much fun with that. But no, I want to see Barbie, but I haven't gone yet.
yeah. I don't care to see the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's one that I could wait to rent. I'm definitely not gonna watch that Chris Nolan one. I heard it's like 3 hours or something. You can tell it's a talking movie. That
Oppenheimer,
yeah, yeah.
Jingle All the
I'm not
Schmidt.
watching that.
John
I'm
Jacob
not
funeral.
watching that shit. Yeah,
I heard
I'm
it was
not
good. I
watching
just
that
don't care to
shit.
watch a 3-hour movie. Like, no, no.
No.
You know what I'm excited to watch? Because I'm a child.
What?
August 3rd. We'll be in Detroit, I think.
Will be in
August
Detroit.
3rd. The Super Mario movie comes out on Peacock. I want
You're
to see
so
that.
cute. Okay, Joey.
And then Fast and Furious 10 comes out on Peacock soon. So, yeah. I didn't see that.
I seen it.
You and your dad. I love that you guys do that. It's awesome.
That's our thing. We'll forever keep doing it.
Yeah. You guys will be watching Fast and Furious 75.
Oh my God. Imagine with the Rock's kids, all of their kids.
Now the new feud is it's John Cena versus The Rock versus Roman Reigns versus Batista. Oh God, Goldberg's in the movie.
Do you think they're all gonna come back if the strike don't slow down? Like Batista, The Rock, Cena. Do you think they'll come back to wrestling if we don't?
I already saw things coming out about The Rock, like articles of people like complaining about The Rock, like why would he come back? Now this is the opportunity to strike. You also have to remember he's like 52 years old. Like that, I know.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
believe
old.
he's like
It's not old, but
80
like
Samoa. That's like 80 Samoa.
yeah, like he's put his body through like a lot of crap. You know,
Yeah.
maybe
And
he's
he also fears the
physically
tribal chief Roman Reigns.
yeah. Like I can't see him coming back and having a great match. You know what I mean?
When did he ever? Oh, shut up! I'll shut up. I'm sorry. When we talk about him character-wise, I think he's up here. When we talk about great matches of The Rock,
there's two matches
come
that stand out to
on.
me with The Rock.
Yeah, you're gonna say Hulk Hogan. That wasn't even him. It was the crowd. It was the atmosphere. It was the energy in there that made that match, not him.
I'm sensing some Rock issues here.
Yeah, because he fears Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I'm Team Roman. Even though The Rock hasn't even won any issues with Roman, but I'm still gonna defend him just in case he shows up. You know. That's what I'm saying. Acknowledge him.
Rock is scared. Acknowledge. One. No, but yeah, I think that he will eventually come back. I don't know when. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of if you look at like where wrestling is today, with
Wrestling is cool again.
It's not even that. There's so much opportunity for him to come back because of Roman, because of the Usos, because of Solo, because of his daughter. You know what I mean? Like there is a lot of opportunity there for him.
I agree, but I do think that wrestling is. I do think that wrestling is in a blooming period. Like it feels like it's growing. It feels cool again, and it's not just WWE. Like even I cover local events here, and I see the crowds are getting bigger to like events here in Puerto Rico. Like it's crazy to see how wrestling is, and I know they're involving outsiders and doing things a little bit different here and there just to like pop a crowd. But I see in it, it feels like wrestling is starting to slowly kind of climb its way up there, and that makes me very happy.
I'm happy for it, and I'm happy to. It's one of those things that like it's not our baby, but it's almost like a baby because we work in the industry. So it's like we want to see it like grow up. You know, it's pretty cool. But anything else you want to add today?
No, people can find me on my YouTube channel. I will be live streaming later for a little NXT watch along. I love NXT. People sleep on NXT. I don't think NXT is bad at all. And I'll be on Wrestling Inc. later tonight. I'm talking about tonight's episode of NXT. So you guys can find me over there. NYC Demon Diva across all social media platforms.
Boom. There you go. Another great episode. TLR. What is this? 38 or 39? I don't even know what episode
38.
we are.
38.
Wow. Look at us. Look at us doing it. I love it.
Growing up.
Yeah. Next week, Issa and I will be in the same city together.
Is that next week already? Oh, but we can still do TLR. I don't live until Wednesday, so we can. Yeah, it is next week.
It is next week.
Is it? Jesus Christ, I have a lot to do.
I know.
Oh my
I
God, I
get
don't
you.
have time for anything. Oh God, you just put me in anxiety mode. Okay, great. Let's
All
wrap this up.
right. I love it. Wrapping it up. All right, guys. We love you. We appreciate you. We will see you next week. And then after that, you can expect maybe we do in-person show. Issa and I in Detroit. Some wrestling related stuff. See
Oh
some
yeah.
content. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. But for now, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.